I want them to send a message. That ain't cool. That was embarrassing. I'm good now.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
What was that one about?
Don't yell it for me today, Willard. They didn't get me today, Dibs. I'm seeing clearly now.
Steiny and Guru, joined by Mark Willard and Dan Dibley. It is the crossover. Hey, gents.
Hi, boys.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? It's like when you wash your hair, it's wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's this Warrior team. They get you excited, then they break your heart, and then they get you excited, and then they break your heart. And I'm done with the spin cycle. They are who we thought they were.
Oh, Dan.
Wow.
You didn't mean to do that.
I did, actually. Denny Green. And I had to hit it hard for effect. Sorry, Tim Jordan. In case I broke something. But normally it's Steiny's bit breaking mics and mic stands.
Yeah.
But although, quietly, knock on wood, I don't think
do
you've
it.
broken anything in the new studio.
No,
Or spilled.
Well, actually, yeah. Well,
No, I haven't spilled yet in the new studio,
I think you spilled once, but there was an email about cups left in the studio that was directly aimed at you. So let's not make this an exoneration sensation.
Let me tell you something.
It's not.
Shasky and Bonte ain't merry maids. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, wow.
All right?
Let me tell you this. When I leave the studio, I spend at least 90 seconds on a scoop and score mission of paper, of foodstuffs, of broken pens, chewed pen caps.
Oh,
That's not me. I used to do that. I broke that habit.
Good. Yeah, and you also broke the habit of 21 sugars in your coffee.
That's
and I'm
right.
proud of that.
12.
Look how Willard's staring at Steiny.
I'm taking it all in.
Like I'm watching you watch him.
Because people are interested. I think it's the secret to life, man. You got to be interested by people. If you're not interested by people, you end up like the Unabomber. You're just like in the forest sending out letters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tell them that all the people.
I've already bought 7 acres in Wyoming.
You're definitely headed that way.
Yeah, you be careful.
You're interested by all things that are not people. That's why you know about bees and ACLs.
I've got an update on the bees.
Oh,
too,
do you? I bet you do.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about Beegate yesterday. We had a swarm of bees in the backyard.
Oh my goodness!
And so it turns out not one but 2 of my neighbors are beekeepers. So at 6:45 last night, my beekeeping neighbors all came in our backyard in their bee suits.
Oh my goodness!
Clipping branches, shaking bees into bee boxes, and they took what they estimated was 15,000 honeybees. 15,000 honeybees.
Can they have them in their backyard?
Yeah, you put them in a box. What's in the box? The honeybees are in the box, and they make honey, and then you pull out the honey shelf, and then you have the best honey you could possibly find. I'm not into it. My neighbors are. So this morning we went back to find out, what's going on with the bee situation.
Yeah, how many were left? I bet none.
New, probably about 2,000.
Oh, still 2,000 left.
There were 2 small.
They're going to move on, though, in the next 48 hours.
You would think.
I do think.
Well,
that's my prediction.
Unless there's a queen or somebody who wants to be the queen who is afoot. And there were 2 solid groups in a tennis ball formation. And they were locked in, we're not going anywhere. Right. There was another 1,000 who were just what do we do? Like Warrior fans right now.
That's dangerous for Miss Little Mila when she gets older.
It's Mila, but that's okay. Little Miss Mila.
Mila's my niece and sack. Yeah,
Mila is the stove we got, and don't miss Grandy and Evan at Friedman's this Saturday with a live broadcast.
If she turns out to be a very selfish young lady, then she'll be Mila.
Okay.
Dude, no doubt.
Which is my niece and sack. All
right. So my mind will be a front yard baby today. There'll be no backyard. Wow. It's a no-fly zone except for the bees.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
You guys got a hard interview coming up, huh?
I don't think so.
Interview.
We always hold his feet to the fire.
Yeah.
That's what
you had him on after he signed his new deal, so that was great. But man, where do you go from here?
Maybe it's hard for him. I don't.
Hey Steve, why do you guys suck?
Yeah.
At
so
home.
Bad?
Under 500.
I can give you that answer. Well, if we knew that, it wouldn't be a problem. If we knew what the issue was, it wouldn't be a problem.
No, we already asked him the whole home court thing last time, and he was I don't know.
It's like people say, I lost my keys. Where are they at? If I knew that, they wouldn't be lost.
Totally.
Where'd you have them last?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
Last year.
The worst.
Mike Williams to the Jets. Okay, cool. There you go. Anyway, sorry. That just Adam Schefter. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Steve. Or Ayuk's tweet to Tom.
Steve last year. Steve last year said about the road thing. Well, God, can't figure it out. Who knows? But don't you guys feel like last year you could at least formulate a story in your brain as to why you played so poorly on the road?
Gotcha.
Because it seemed like maybe it's possible that y'all hated each other. This year, it's a total head scratcher. It's a total head scratcher. Other than to say maybe it doesn't matter what arena they're in, they're going to be uninspired and inconsistent.
Oh, man.
No matter where they play. And for me, that's kind of today's takeaway is not even about the final score of any games or what arena they're in. My takeaway for the Warriors is that it feels to me like you guys are disinterested with your options. That's what it feels like to me. When I start hearing Draymond and be like, the 10 seed, like, what are we doing here?
Curry was saying
Curry said it a little differently. He's like, why would I worry about the seed? It doesn't. We could be the 1 seed, and
but you could be to 11. You get to 11. Here come the Rockets.
You could. But the bottom. I think his point is, if we're going to play basketball like that, sure, go ahead and be the 11 seed because the 10 seed's not going to work either. Neither's the 9, the 7, the 8, the 6, the 5, or the 4. We're not very good, and he's right. But that's it. Just we as fans take our cues from them, and they look either mentally defeated or disinterested.
Or both.
And that's why I think today, because those are two very different days. Yesterday was a horrible PR day for the Giants, and I still think
it got better late.
It got better late, but they're still two very different things. And both of them still play in my mind. But today might be the first day in 2.5 to 3 years where the Giants kind of feel like the game in town. I can't think of another day where it felt that way over the last 2 full seasons.
That's 107 wins.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That day against the Dodgers, playoff game, right? And that was the year the Warriors.
But the one thing, and you're right.
We're on their way to the chip.
The one thing I was thinking
wrote that thing about there were 14 Giants articles in the Chronicle alone today. Or something like that. Anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, even the 107-win season, they're going to have more positivity and optimism heading into this year than they did heading into that year.
For sure.
Because nobody saw that coming, and now they got some dudes.
They got action, as you like to say. And you wake up this morning and you think about what happened over the last 24 hours, and the Rennell thing is a PR disaster, and the Blake Snell. So typical of the Giants. Hey, let's release this at 6, whatever.
Wow.
6:20, we all were getting in our cars across town, and it comes out then. It's like, oh, good for you. How about you flip these? You release the Blake Snell at 7 a.m., and then you bury the Rennell bombshell at night.
Well, or how about do what they really, really should have done? See, I think it was very concocted, and this has come out from a number of different sources. The Giants knew this Rennell news the entire offseason.
Wow, man.
They knew this Rennell news the entire offseason, and they chose to not only wait till 2 weeks before the season, they chose to wait for Rennell Brooks Moon Day.
Right.
And they chose to do it when, let's be honest, they knew they had Blake Snell.
Oh, wow.
They knew when they woke up yesterday that they had Blake Snell. So they chose to do those two things on the same day. That is doing a beloved employee dirty.
Right.
And on a day that is a tremendous day for Giants baseball on the field, you marred it a little bit.
More than a little bit.
No question.
And I think about the Players' Championship, which was this past weekend, one of the fifth major in golf. They've got the Island Green on 17. And the Giants hit 2 straight balls in the water, and then they finally got it on the green, and they made a triple bogey, or maybe a quadruple with the Rennell news, and then you get to 18, also a very tough hole, and you made a birdie. Good. A nice birdie on 18. Not an easy hole.
Yeah.
Water all along the left, Steiny, as you know, from Sawgrass. But we all are fixated on what they did on 17, which is Rennell, which was ka-splash, and then we don't even know who the PA person's going to be, but hey, we got out of the hole with a triple bogey.
Sonny and I talked about it real quick, Willard. He, tell me what you think. Depending on who you are and what she meant to you, with this Snell news, like I said, would anybody stay home because they're so mad about the Snell news, the Rennell news? And he was like, paraphrasing, "Cool, if they get off to a great start, people are going to come to the yard."
I agree completely. I wasn't even there yesterday. Like, I can be completely upset with who they are, how they operate, and what happened to a beloved employee.
Management. Yeah.
And I still, like, I wouldn't have put a stake in the ground yesterday and said, I'm not going. No, we're still going. I mean, it's like, come on, man. These are our teams. Like, and they've got warts and problems just like your family members do. And you still wake up the next day and love them. But you can also be upset at them. And that's how I look at yesterday. This was easily Farhan Zaidi's best offseason. Rennell has nothing to do with baseball operations anyway. So I do hope everyone really takes the time to separate that. This was a great offseason for Farhan Zaidi.
Facts, man.
For the Giants as a whole, good offseason. Also some weird stuff. A lot of weird stuff happened in there too. Some of that's baseball ops. Some of it's not. Yesterday was absolutely not. That goes all the way to the top. And I got my own names for those people. So, and that didn't, yesterday's Snell news didn't change that at all. But no one was going to stay home. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like something to protest over.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. We can get right back into the Giants, but you guys were talking about the Warriors, and I was thinking, everybody, we talk about them in terms of a run. I'm looking at it from the other side. Let me ask you guys this. Is there a difference? I'm going to give you three choices. Is there a difference among you fall to 11 and miss the playoffs completely, you stay at 10 or 9 but lose in the play-in, and then your third choice is you're in the play-in, you get to the playoffs and you lose in the first round? Or is there a difference among those three?
Yeah.
Or are they all, are they all the same amount of a loss?
I think all
Huge
three
difference.
of them are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you wind up at 11, not only is it egg on face, it's a 3-egg omelet on your face with cheese, sausage, and bell pepper. If you're the 9-10 and you make the play-in and you lose, there's egg on your face because guess what, Mr. Lacob? You are a lottery team. And you said we will never be a lottery team. Our goal is to never be a lottery team. Well, you lose the 9-10, you're a lottery team. That's egg on your face. Maybe 1 egg over easy. Okay. Maybe it's 2 egg whites, whatever it is. If you make the playoffs and lose, you know what? That's probably where the bar is right now. That's not embarrassing to me.
What about the play-in and losing?
Yeah, that's egg on your face.
That's also egg on your face.
Right. If you don't make it to the
3-egg
playoffs,
omelet.
Okay.
1 egg.
Or 1 egg.
or 2 egg whites, depending on how you like to roll.
That's healthy.
And yeah, much healthier than 3-egg omelet.
But how much of a
Good
difference
bomb.
is there really among those three things?
Here's how I'd answer
Would
it.
it impact
It's a
the
question of
offseason?
eggs.
It could.
No. I think the offseason is going to be a complete upturn anyway.
So
No
to
matter
me,
what.
to
Already
me
has to be.
there's a lot of value, even if for no one else.
I agree.
There's a lot of
You're
value in a 5, 6, or 7
No
game
doubt.
series for Jonathan.
I agree.
Kuminga.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
agree.
That'd be huge.
That's a fact.
That would be great. The play-in, if they make the play-in and lose, I don't know. At least we had a fun night. You know what I mean? Sometimes we had a sick night. Okay, so and then whether you want to call it embarrassing or just like what the hell happened if you end up as the 11. I mean, how if you get caught from 4 or 5 games behind by the Houston Rockets.
This is a colossal failure.
But the other thing is this. Here's a different way to answer it. Now, you just said, Dibs, it's a flip, right? The bucket, flip it out on the floor.
Yep.
We're redoing this no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know. You are much more intensely doing that if you ended up as the 11. If you ended up as the 10 and lost a play-in, probable, but you might be like, well, there's circumstances and Draymond missed 23 games. If you make the playoffs and shake the Nuggets trees or something for 6 games, I don't know. Maybe they're like, just tweak it, tighten it,
Yeah,
'Cause you
I
won a
don't
series
I don't
last
see
year.
it.
So
You
that's
won a
the other.
series.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
that's not the goal.
And Curry not in the playoffs, just from an Indy like that. That's where I'm like, oh boy,
Well,
if
you got
that's
some-
what we're getting ready for.
You got
Yeah.
some big names that are going to miss the
Okay,
playoffs.
Well, just look
you're
at these
right.
last
You got
10 days.
You got 4 teams with huge
and I don't
names.
like any of it. You're right.
They've all
I
got
mean-
champions on their team, and 2 of them aren't gone.
Well, I need to catch myself, Dibs, real quick, because if I did that and it was old school, the Warriors and Lakers would be out right now.
Right.
Yeah, LeBron and
I
Curry
miss the
would be
old school.
done.
Ain't nothing like the old school. Shout out Tupac.
Yeah.
Underrated track.
Dude, look
Yeah,
at my
of course,
guy.
and that's how we do it here. But I think that no matter what, you're looking at a complete upturn, and the biggest name maybe isn't Clay, although Clay's a big name. It's Andrew Wiggins. What can you get? And you know what, Steiny? And I heard you
Scoreless in the first half.
I heard you earlier, and you said something akin to you're not getting anything for Wiggins. That's fine. I'll take 5 second-round picks for Andrew Wiggins.
Addition by subtraction.
I'll take 2 seconds and a conditional bag of basketballs for Andrew Wiggins. You have to get rid of his salary. And Chris Paul's gone, and Clay at 42. If Clay wants to come back for 20, fine. I mean, even that seems a little bit rich. He turned down 2 and 48
I know.
reportedly. You know what, Clay? Go to Charlotte. Go be a Charlotte Hornets.
But
I mean, I'm looking at him now thinking he might get more than 24.
Not here.
I'd give it to him if I was somewhere
If
else.
you give it to him here, then you are resigning
Yeah,
yourself
that's
to
the
being a
problem.
41-win team
See that,
again.
and that is the issue. It's not that It's not that I want Clay gone, because I actually, he's doing, I think, better than expected.
Yeah.
Or as well as we can expect as a sixth man, and he's impacting more now than he did when he started.
True.
But the better he plays, the more it's going to constrain you down the line. And he's turning into a really tricky one, kind of the better he plays. I know you want him to obviously play better.
Right.
But, in a way, God, if he just stunk, it'd be an easy decision.
Nah,
but he
shooting is
hasn't.
premium.
Good
He
call.
hasn't.
My thesis today was, and you guys could disagree, Steiny was like, I don't know, Goo, you got to change the starting lineup. And that's not an indictment on who's in the current. Willard, what are we to do? We can,
Who's your 5?
The one, TJD,
Okay.
Draymond,
Yeah.
Chris Paul, Steph, and JK. That's my
wow.
preference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just don't like the team
Chris
fighting
Paul
up
and
here.
Steph.
No, Chris. Did I say Chris Paul for
Yeah.
pods?
Yep.
And then TJD.
So Chris and Steph.
Yeah.
But then
TJD and Draymond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we at least try it, Will?
You can try
Yes,
it.
can we
That's
try
kind
it?
of my reaction. Is
Oh,
I
that's
feel
Steve
like
Kerr, yeah.
I feel like I feel like so much has been tried.
Right?
Wow.
Are we past the tinker stage? I don't know.
Shout out the toys.
And
Yeah,
are we
is
asking
that-
Pods to do too much? Steiny brought that up. Like, to his credit, like, is he like, God, dog it.
probably.
I'm already a plus, but
He's a rookie.
No doubt.
He's a rookie. He's going to be inconsistent at a minimum. I don't know. Like the whole tweak it and tinker it and everything. Sort of to me, there's a you're presupposing that the answer is in there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, maybe the answer's just not in there.
Yeah.
Which seems
And Moody got to
increasingly
play
likely.
last night. I'm not blaming. It's like,
Yeah.
we're getting everything. Like, it ain't too much you can say didn't happen.
I didn't realize he got hurt in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't
Yeah.
play in the second half, or one of the reasons why he didn't play in the second half.
But boy, man.
I mean, he's run out of combinations. He's running out of answers at the end of
Right.
it. And this is something that I have kind of learned from your partner Steiny, and I have stolen it, and I've credited you, and you haven't been listening, and that's fine, and I'll steal it again. But ultimately, these teams will ride or die with their vets. So if the vets aren't getting it done,
I get it.
we can tinker with a TJD here and a Moses there, pods in, pods out. If your top line guys aren't getting it done, then you're going to lose. And that's the way it works in the association.
Yeah, they don't have a
Thank you.
two.
I thought you'd be with me with that.
The reality show of who's the two kind of continues.
And there it is. That's the theme of the year, man.
Right? Clay can't be it anymore. Andrew just isn't it. And JK's probably not ready to be it. And you have to also predict whether or not he will ever be ready for it.
I love this analogy I gave to Steiny 8 times. It's like Steph Curry. Okay, he's aging, but he's still shooting 40%, damn near 50 from the field, 45, what have you, 27 a game. It's like a 4.0 student getting a 3.7 grade. Yeah, there's slippage, but it's still stellar.
Right.
What's happening, if you look at all these other teams, and even Brunson, other teams got other stars. Curry has that. I would go there before I say, oh, my God, looks like he's lost his fastball. I'm not saying Steph is what he was 10 years ago, but look at the Clippers, the Lakers, AD Bron. He has no help. That's what this is.
Can I apologize? Do you know why everyone just started laughing? Well, you were putting together a point.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah,
know. I
yeah.
thought
Because you said Steph Curry is aging, and it sounded like you said he was Asian.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, it took me 5 seconds to circle back to what you were
Hardenstein is
saying.
black.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Steph
Hardenstein
Curry is
mixed.
Asian? I never knew that.
Talk to me.
I turned and looked at Grandy. Grandy looked at me, and Grandy had his hand going towards the
Aging.
Yeah, you rolled over it a little bit. And I was
Hardenstein
like,
is black, though. I didn't know if you know he's mixed. Yeah.
But as I told
Yeah.
Guru,
Yeah, he's got some, his dad is black.
3.7, you ain't the valedictorian
But
anymore. You're not even the salutatorium.
But you're doing good in
Tim.
school.
Yeah.
You are, but you're not a champion.
As
But
he
that's
gets
not-
older,
but
he
that's
needs some
not-
help.
like-
And that goes to your number 2 theory.
Here, listen. But this is what I'm saying. Like, Jalen Brunson has had a better year than Steph.
Because he's in a better situation.
But you know what? I'm fighting that too. Because now all of a sudden Julius Randle's great and OG Anunoby's great. Come on.
Neither one played last night.
and his guys have been
Who
out.
was that guy last night they couldn't guard?
McBride.
Thank you, McBride.
Didn't score and get
Thank
sacked
you.
a couple days
The
ago.
rookie.
He comes out here after
mean-
2
Might not be
timeouts,
rookie.
Willard. They called 2 timeouts, and the
Yeah,
dude's
that
wide
was-
open
I'm
for 2
hearing
threes.
Jenny
bad.
Kavnar calling
Oh, wow. They
McBride
were great
over and
last
over and
night.
over. They
Over
were
and over.
fantastic.
They were
played
good.
48.
They may know something we don't. I could have sworn one of the women, it must have been Kavnar, was calling him Hartenstein
With a st.
with a st.
Oh, boy.
And I wonder,
I'm into it.
Law
maybe she's
offices
right.
of, yeah.
Maybe she's right.
Hartenstein.
I got to go to basketball.
He looked like Frankenstein.
We were all calling him Dario Saric for at least a month and a half
Good
before
point.
we were like,
Good
it's not
point.
Oh, that's
Saric,
right.
it's
Yeah.
Saric.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you got to do different things with your tongue in order to get this thing done. But anyway,
I can't wait to
before,
hear Coach Will.
before your bag on the shoulder,
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
cut that
That's
up,
a
Randy.
cut.
That one I
That's
did
a
on
cut.
purpose. Yeah.
Let's keep that one close.
Before you put the bag on your shoulder, you guys said something,
Oh,
and I'm gonna
Stein.
just
Value.
no.
Oh, okay.
It's about the Giants.
No,
now.
no.
And I am fully aware of who I am and how I sound in moments like
Here
this.
we go.
Okay?
Here we go. Giants wins the parade. October what?
Let him go.
Sorry.
Would be in November. Why are we already accepting that the Dodgers have won the division?
Oh, I'm not. Not after talking to Brett Boone.
yeah.
Just because. Well, so I was listening to you before Brett Boone.
Double B's.
And it sounded like you wanted the motto for the Giants to be the race for second place.
Willard.
Yeah, well,
And I was like,
Brett
that's
Boone's like,
gross.
They're
Brett
perennial
Boone is to
choker.
me
I
as
wanted-
Willard is to
Yeah,
Guru. He swayed me.
Okay.
You know how when you
Then
say something,
that's-
Guru goes, well, now it resonates.
Now's where I need to qualify it and go, no, I'm not telling you that I would predict the Giants over the Dodgers.
Right.
But hope springs eternal is the whole point.
And the
Why would
Dodgers are perennial chokers. but it's stick for me.
And
Just
it's
to give it to 'em.
sports.
Yeah.
It's sport. You don't get the trophy because
Dave Roberts might blow this. Like, but that's what I think of him.
Or Shohei doesn't pitch and could turn an ankle, or like there's a billion things that could happen.
Mookie is shortstop.
I was
Yeah.
so turned off by the quote race for second
Well,
place.
it's not just
Oh, I don't
us,
think
though.
I used
my
that.
God.
That was a Guru.
My
No,
God.
that was your,
Sounds
you
like
said it
Guru.
great. You said the race for
I'm more of a, hey,
South
anything can happen.
The Giants have what legitimately could be
No doubt.
an elite pitching staff.
ahead,
and if
man.
you have that, why can't you wear the crown?
Arizona went to the World Series last
Right.
year. I'm just saying.
Right.
As they pummel. Hey,
Well, because
I'm not giving the Dodgers a
you
damn
came up
thing.
with the second place, though. Own it, Steiny. I said, that's
no,
profound.
the name of the game in baseball is to get into the postseason.
It is.
Arizona Cardinals.
And they
is.
have
I
a
mean,
lot better chance now than they did 3 months ago.
For sure.
It's incredible, man.
That's a
And we'll worry about the Dodgers as the season progresses.
different offseason, man.
Yes, sir. Steve
Think of-
Kerr.
Think of all the narratives that got busted. Nobody will come here.
And the worst part of what happened yesterday
Nobody will
with
join
Rennell
the
is
Giants.
Farhan had nothing to do with it. That is, we also that wasn't on him.
I mean,
I'm serious though.
That's still on his resume.
Well,
it's still on his resume. But anyway, I know Steiny was about to do the big build-up and leave, and then I jumped on him.
No, that's okay.
All right.
I'm in a good space on 95.7, the game.
Got to do different things with your tongue in order to get this thing done.